Hello, and welcome to Cinefellas. That's right, Cinefellas, the only place where we're going to take a real big bite out of this because it's, a vampire movie and, biting of the neck and everything. But for Cinefellas, I'm Nile. I'm joined by Kevin, and we're here to talk about a really bloody good time, a little girl who's very hungry for blood, and her name is Abigail. But before we go into, details with the movie and everything, let us have a look at some of the trailer.
We need to find a way out of here. We split up. It's just a game to her.
What can I say? I like playing with my family.
Hello?
All right, Kevin. Well, that was a very interesting trailer. It had everything between, vampires, blood. Looks like a heist movie. So, Kevin, you want to give us a little bit of details about the movie, such as what it's about, and tell us what you like about it.
Yeah, so the movie's about a group of people, heist, consisting of some actors, Catherine Newton, the guy from Godzilla, Dan Stevens, Melissa Barrera, who was in Scream, and they're tasked to take this girl and then hold her in a house and just basically keep her overnight. But things go awry when people start dying. Who does it? Who's doing it? And unfortunately for the trailer, they gave away the twist that the little girl behind me is the vampire, and she is taking everyone out one by one. And let me tell you something. I love this movie. I thought it was so much fun, entertaining. I thought the script was very solid. I thought the performances were all ace. And it's just nice to see blood, like real blood, not CGI blood in horror movies again. How about you, Now? What'd you like about it?
No, you are right. We talked about Renfield not that long ago, and you talked about like the fake blood in that movie. This blood in Abigail, it looks so real. It looks like it's a bloodbath, no pun intended, but like everybody's just covered in blood and it looks so authentic, it looks so real. And honestly, just going back to what you said about the trailer, I think this trailer if this trailer would have came out in the 90s, it would have just been like this is a heist film, and then people would have went into this feeling like a surprise, like a From Dusk Till Dawn or something. But nowadays people want to know what they're getting. But if you don't watch the trailer for this, you're actually doing yourself a favor. Go in there blind and just maybe if somebody just told you it's a heist film and then spoiler, a vampire girl is in it, it'll throw you by surprise.
Yeah.
So I think the trailer could have been a little bit better. But that being said, the movie was fantastic. I love this movie. I love the cast. Everybody is so well rounded, and all the characters have purpose and meaning and backstory. Kevin Durant, who's in this, who was Juggernaut in X-Men 3, and he's in the upcoming Planet of the Apes movie. He was hilarious. I loved his lines.
Yeah.
And, I'll let you talk more about the characters, but he was actually my favorite character.
No, he was good, and he does like the stupid idiot strongman quite well. And a lot of people make jokes on his expense. And again, great performance. I hope he does more stuff, hope to see him more. And you got Catherine Newton here, who's an Ant-Man, Quantumania. She was funny in this. I thought she was a lot better used here than she was in Ant-Man. And you got the current Scream Queen, it looks like, Marissa Barrera from Scream 6. And she was very good in this movie. You liked her performance a lot, right?
Yeah, I did actually. I think she's a modern day horror scream queen.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I hope she's in more. Dan Stevens, who did a hell of a job in Kong vs. Godzilla last month. Like he's doing it here again. Totally different character. Totally different character. The way he carries himself, the way he talks. Great performance. But my personal favorite performance is Alicia Weir, right behind me, who plays Abigail. I was telling Niall before that she was in Matilda. A movie I didn't really care about, the musical that came out like 2 years ago, but I thought she was fantastic in that movie. And here she's scary. She is darkly funny with the humor. And, the little bit of stunts that she did, I thought she's held it pretty good. A fantastic performance. Can't wait to see where her career goes. Deserves the best.
Yeah, and this is from the directors of Ready or Not, and they definitely have like a lot of black humor in there, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
But this movie's really funny, and like much like Ready or Not, there's a lot of blood, and just it's a good time honestly at the theater. But do yourself a favor if you have not seen the trailer, Just go into this movie blind.
Don't watch it.
And I actually didn't know that that was the girl from Matilda until you told me, because you sent me a text like, Niall, do you know who this is? And I'm like, I don't know who this chick is, but like, now that you say Matilda, and I'm like, holy shit, I see it now.
Yeah, and I told Niall in the theater, I was with my friend, I'm like, oh my god, it's Matilda. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, never mind. It's nice to see blood. Not even the look of it. When it hits the floor, you hear it. You hear the gloobery sound of like guts and intestines and everything hitting this floor, and it adds atmosphere to the movie, and that's what else this movie has. Really good atmosphere. It uses that mansion. Very well.
It does, just going back to the mansion, you mentioned the pool of blood, but there's also
Yes,
a
pool
of bodies.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so you get your gore. Like all you gore fanatics out there, you're gonna get a lot of gore. But this reminds me of Scooby Doo, or reminds me of Reservoir Dogs, or reminds me of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes.
Like if you just combine all of that, you get Abigail. And honestly, you get a very successful movie. I love this movie.
Yeah, the only gripe I had with this movie was I thought the less 25% of this movie was good. It wasn't bad. It was a fine conclusion, but the first hour of this movie I thought was just a masterpiece in horror, like B-level horror movie. And that's not an insult, because that is an art. Not everyone can do that. And I just, again, not a bad ending, but I personally would have wanted a different direction with it. And for that reason, I'm just gonna give this one 4 out of 5 hair pieces.
All right, and before I give my rating, I just want to talk about the ending a little bit, because the ending, spoilers. So if you don't want to get spoiled, maybe skip like 30 seconds. But they have Abigail's father in this movie, and they pretty much say it's Dracula. So I was just wondering, how do you feel about that? And do you think this can get a sequel, even though it's not doing so well at the box office, like you were saying earlier?
Yeah, I hope it gets a sequel. I hope people listen to this review, or the word of mouth on this movie is good too. And I would invite a sequel. It's if the talent's all there. If the guys who directed it or not come back, if Abigail comes back, if the father comes back, and Barrera comes back, yeah, sure. You got the same screenwriter too. Maybe do something different, like a different genre. You did like Locked in the House horror. Maybe do a different kind of horror next time. So I'm open to it. If there is a good idea, I'm open to it.
Awesome. Me too, actually. I would love to see a sequel to this, but I'm going to give my rating. I had a blast with this movie. My only real nitpick is there's that pool of bodies, and like I'm like, wouldn't they smell that?
Of course they would smell.
But other than, so I'll let that slide. And honestly, the part where Abigail's father comes in, I like it, but it reminds me of The Color Purple, the musical version of The Color Purple, where they had that last song in there, and it's like it's not really needed.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy it. But honestly, I was entertained the whole time. I actually saw the movie with my dad, and my dad was like, he falls asleep during movies a lot, and he actually stayed awake, so I think that says a lot. Yeah. And he even said, he's like, oh, that says a lot about this movie. But honestly, I want to give this movie a 5 out of 5. It's one of my favorite movies this year. Yep. I love Dune Part 2, and I love Abigail. And I know we're only 5 months into the year, but so far, at least on the horror side, things are looking pretty good.
Yeah. And, I think if I watch this again, I think I'm going to appreciate it more, and maybe have, put rose-colored glasses on for the last, 25% of the movie. Because, again, as Niles said, I know I gave it 4, but this is such a fun movie. This is a movie you go out with your friends, you just have a hell of a time, and then go to the bar and just like, oh, remember the part where she ripped her throat, someone's throat out repeatedly? Yeah, definitely go see this one, guys.
Yeah, so if you like horror, if you like comedy, if you like heist movies even, go see Abigail, and you'll love the buckets of blood, and hopefully you'll love more of these videos, because we love what we do here at Cinefellas. So check out cinefellas.com for a whole bunch of movie reviews. Check out our YouTube channel for podcast episodes, interviews. We're going to be talking about a lot of cool stuff. And Logan, I'm talking to you, buddy. You right here. Make some room on your arm for more tattoos. Make sure you get Abigail on there. Okay?
Yeah, he's getting one. He's definitely going to get one.
Yeah, because come on, Logan, it has vampires in it. We're talking to you right now. But if you're not Logan, you're still going to enjoy Abigail. So I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Kevin has his rating. Until next time, Kevin, what do we always say here at Cinefellas?
Cheers!
Cheers!